Hey guys, Fozzie here. Welcome to another edition of Fozzie at Home. Now, I realize I haven't did a tribute to Bill Murray yet, and I also realize though I wouldn't call him one of my favorite actors that I haven't made any reviews of his movies yet. So so before I so before I think I do a entire tribute to him, I thought I should do like a few week special, I think, about like the highs of his career and the lows of his career. So because though I just finished up the Halloween's month, I thought of a really good idea that I'd like to get out there. So first I want to just start reviewing Groundhog Day, and then I think I'll get down to it. But don't worry, you're gonna hear a lot of cool videos. Okay, well, I wasn't a fan of Groundhog Day, and there are 5 reasons why I hate it, and I'm really gonna go to work on it, I think, cause it was such a film that really got a lot of praise, and I don't see anything good about it. So these are the 5 reasons why I hate Groundhog Day. And if you like this movie and stuff, that's okay. But if you hadn't seen this movie, I don't recommend it. Even if you like Bill Murray, and who doesn't, I still don't recommend it. So, so the first thing I don't like is the cliche romance. Now, it's no secret that I always hate it when a guy doesn't get the girl, but there are 2 times when a guy can get the girl, I think, and then I really just still think it's such a cliche. The first time is like when he gets a girl just because she likes him. I think that's such a cliche. I don't even get how that makes sense. And the other time is when he basically ends up with the girl for no reason. So in this movie I didn't like he and all the girls he likes it's not like he just falls in love with Rita, that is Phil, played by Bill. And see, it's not even really said how he likes her. I didn't feel like it worked to this for this movie. I mean, a movie. This doesn't mean it can work. It just doesn't work really for this movie. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't work. It came out as can. Sorry. I mean, a movie Bedtime Stories uses it, and a movie like Spy School uses it. But in that, it's really not a cliche romance. It just shows the fact that who you've been in love with is there the whole time, and that's a good message. I just didn't feel like Groundhog Day really showed that. I felt like it could have showed it, but it really just didn't. I mean, now I have nothing against Sandy McDowell. She's even a pretty lady, but there's just something about her character that turned me off. So that's the fourth slam. Okay, the second thing that I hate about it is I hate about how it's nothing really is explained about it. It never says really why he's living in this predicament, what will happen, or if he actually dies, if he experiences heaven or anything it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It actually kind of creeps me out the more I think of it. I mean, explain this to me if you really know. If if it is caused by some kind of space-time continuum thing, how come it only affects Bill Murray's character Phil? Well, So I just don't know. I just don't really get that. I mean, that maybe kind of gets like a pass considering maybe I just don't understand it rather than it's an actual cliche, but I just gotta mention it. Okay, I'm not gonna be nice on the plot anymore. Okay, a thing that really gets to me, like the two times I've seen that movie is like, well, explain the way like it would really affect everybody else. There's this one scene that I'm about to go over in a minute, like involving this one guy who dies and won't stop dying and will die no matter what. Does that okay? So this means the guy does this guy keep dying over and over again? It's so that movie is really sad, and this is supposed to be a comedy. I mean, I'm really sad like that. Like this really was designed as a comedy. I mean, Bill Murray can do both, but and like he could even do both when they go together. Like Saint Vincent was comedy, but it had drama, and it was a great movie. I mean, Lost in Translation, though I hadn't seen, was a drama, but even the funny elements were good. This movie didn't bring any of that. I mean, it just ends up getting sad. So that's the third reason. The second reason it's pretty much just like the same reason divided down, but this really actually does specifically with that character, which that kind could deal with any character, and that just bases one character. As a matter of fact, I'll get back to that theory for a real quick minute and say there are spoiler alert if you hadn't seen this movie but still don't want to take my advice and see it. Maybe fast forward to a minute. Okay, so there are all these guys who would either get injured or killed at the end if Phil wasn't there. I mean, does that really mean that they have to keep dying? At least when it comes to the old man who I'm guessing was probably 90 at the time. Even maybe that's probably not how old the actual actor was who played him, but I'm gonna guess that's how old like he was supposed to be. I mean, but what about like this one guy who ends up choking on? What about this kid who falls from a tree? Cause like I mean, okay, so now on number two. Well, that I think could still have a happy ending. I don't like the storyline in it about the beggar. The beggar dying. It's like why? Why? I mean, most movies I think I really hate when they get you to fall in love with the character and then kill him off. But this one I could have accepted if they gave it a happy ending. Really watch this movie and realize how sad the scene is actually. I mean, this is a guy who's been living on the streets for, I'm guessing by his clothes, at least 30 years. He doesn't have any friends, and like in addition to not have the one day he gets a friend, even a friend who loves him enough to buy him a meal, he ends up dying. And the worst thing, and I'm hoping this is a plot hole to the movie, is the worst thing is that considering once like Phil learns this guy's gonna die anyway, he can't stop it, right? That means this guy's gonna die several days alone. God, I mean, I really hate this. I really hate this thing about it. I mean, this actually made me so sad. I lost faith in Bill Murray for a long time. Well, so, and let's see, what's the last thing that I'm going to slam about it? There's actually been well, okay, incredibly, though I really hate that thing with the beggar, this thing I really just found annoying. It's like the actual how lazy the story is. I mean, it's like the guy keeps repeating the same day over and over again, that's the best you can do? I mean, how about like the guy goes back a day? Or like the guy goes, or like the guy does go for it a day, but everybody stays back. Or like, it's like, I mean, not only do many of these actors have to reprise the scenes for every day after that, but like it's sort of at one point this just becomes predictable. The good news is you really don't see it with this many characters. That is the good news. The bad news is it gets so annoying with the characters you do see it with that you can't really stand it anymore. I mean, consider this one character of Ned the Head. I mean, Ned the Head is this character who Bill Murray's character Phil meets, and he keeps talking about his business, and he keeps saying the same thing over and over again, finally to the point where Phil knocks him out. I mean, really? Now, incredibly, there's one thing that actually my mom slams about this movie that I don't think is that bad. It's the idea that the story, it's the idea like that it's the same thing over and over again. Now, now I know what you guys are thinking, but you just said, no, see, these are the same scenes over and over again. And the scenes bother me, not really how the scenes were written. At least I think they could have done. Actually, I think the idea of repeating the same day would have been good, just if they had just done it different. So, there you are. Those are my reasons not to see Groundhog Day. So, thank you guys. You have a good day. And if you're watching this, for the fourth time, I hope you have a good today again, and again, and again, and again, and again.